Look at fucking Macy Barber. Who has she beat? Who the fuck has she fought in the top 10, in the top 20?
You probably have a mindset coach.
My bro science.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you a rock. Hold up though. It is not just a rock.
This is martial arts. This is trades. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If there were only like nerd jobs, I can't fucking do that. I'd be stuck, you know?
The Break Talk, we taking it to another level. Better get ready with your host, Adam and Loretto. The dopest show that you ever heard, ever seen. The podcast about nothing and everything. Yeah. Break the Break Talk. Yeah. Break the Break Talk.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Break Talk. Today's special guest is an STC ambassador, Jasmine Jasudavicius.
Forgot to put future champ.
Jasmine Jasudavicius! She tapped! Jasmine Jasudavicius!
Yeah.
Future
that.
champion, Jasmine Jasudavicius. Jazz, welcome to the show. So happy to have you here today. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me to come on.
Yeah, so Jazz, usually what we do, and people behind the cameras don't necessarily know this, but we give our guests a little gift bag. And we usually do it before the show, but for today's episode, we're going to be giving it to you live.
Little different.
Yeah, a little different. We changed it up
switch
a little bit for you, all right? So I'll give you the bag, and I want you to open it. But before you open it, actually, I just want you to know we got a little insider information.
Okay.
And I know you won't take it the wrong way, okay?
now I'm excited.
Let's just say, Jazz, that we got some studying done before the app. We know a little bit about you.
Okay.
And we got some questions after this about it. We're going to follow up with it.
Okay.
So go for it. Go for
Ready.
it. Yeah, go for
I'm
it. Open
nervous.
it up. No.
Beautiful hat.
Okay.
It's the Break Talk
Break
hat.
Talk hat, yeah. Awesome, okay. We got a sweater that we're going to get the right size for you. It's just on its way, but yeah. And there's one more thing in there. You just got to reach right down to the bottom. So you're wondering, we got you a rock. Hold up, though. It is not just a rock, okay? Yes. We heard you like your crystal. Did we heard correctly?
Yes.
You like your crystals?
I do,
Okay,
yes.
so we don't have any crystals, but that is a rock from Skilled Trades College soil.
Okay.
So we were like, we can't get you a crystal, but we're going to get something as close to it as we can.
Little off.
We know it doesn't do the same thing, but it's going to do different things. Okay?
Well, maybe it will do the same thing. Did you see George St. Pierre after he lost that he had to carry a rock around to get over his loss when he got finished? For
Bisping. Was it the Bisping fight?
I think
No.
no.
He beat Bisping.
I forget. It's on the tip of my tongue. So
Anyways, yeah,
But what happens is I have his book. I read everything like that. I don't know if it's in his book or just the knowledge that I have of the guy. But when he got finished, it was like he carried around a rock as like a representation kind of in order. And once he was over, because being finished, it takes a lot out of you mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that, you know what I mean? It cuts you deep. And so he would carry the rock around, and finally once he overcame all of that had to come from it, then he threw the rock, he got rid of the rock, and that was him releasing everything and like the new him.
Wow.
So this is truly more than you.
We did not know that, but we're gonna pretend that we knew exactly that story, and that's
why we got it.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
That is crazy.
See, it's meant to be.
That is crazy. Matt Serra.
That's right. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Matt Serra. Okay, good. Well, there you go.
So thank you very much.
Let's see. So now, obviously, whatever comes next, whoever comes next for you, you have that rock, and once you beat the shit out of them,
exactly.
now you could-
Released.
We want to know about the superstition though. So is that like a superstition, or is that like something? Is there a like a sentimental thing behind it, or is that just like a superstition thing, like the crystals?
I mean, I guess a little bit of all.
Gotcha.
A friend, a very dear teammate of mine, her name was Ashley Nichols, an absolutely amazing fighter, and she, like, I cannot literally say enough great things about this girl, and she taught me so much, and she taught me a lot, and she was always into crystals, and like she knew the meaning behind them. She would put crystals in her water bottle and like everything. So she's kind of the one to introduce me to, like, I guess, like the power of crystals. And I don't know if I believe it or not or anything, but because of her and seeing what she's done and what she represents, and you know, she passed away, like, bless her soul and everything, so that was like a very challenging part of my life, that's kind of part of this whole story and everything like that. So it is a little bit of like a way for me to keep her into my life, and
Wow.
and her like fighting spirit. We have an award at the gym, like the Ashley Nichols Award, because of her fighting spirit. And
Wow.
a teammate of mine, Danielle Antini, she's the one that won it this year because she exudes all of those characteristics that it takes to like become a champion, like of the sport, of life, of like the person that you want to be. And so this truly means more than
Wow.
you think it does.
I actually, I'm not gonna lie, it gave me a little bit of goosebumps. That was,
Yeah, we actually didn't know that.
we did not know it like that. We were talking to Goisman last night, and we were just like, what's something we can catch Jazz off guard, just because we want to loosen it up right off the rip. And then he was just like, well, she really likes her crystals, like, and he also said that you lay on a mat.
Yeah,
Grounding mat, and we're like, okay, we'll use that as our like intro. We had no idea it was gonna lead to all this. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
I'm all about like nature. Like on fight week, one thing that I do, because we're stuck in the hotel for fight week, and one of the things that I actively try to do is like bring my coaches out and like the team, and we'll go out on and do a hike, and it's mainly just to like get out in nature and see, you know, feel the wind and see the sights and the sounds of nature, and be hopefully by water if it's close enough. And you know, if you see an animal, that's an extra treat. You know?
That's awesome.
But I find that like being in nature, especially on fight week, with all the crazy shit that goes on during that week, and like you have to go through a transition as a person. You know, I don't want to go and like hurt somebody, but I understand on fight night I have to try to hurt somebody, and it's not a natural thing. So during fight week, you have to go through a process of like turning those emotions that you care about other people off. And it's like you're become an animal. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so I think like getting into nature, and you see it in nature all the time. You know, like the I guess the brutalness of nature that can be in all aspects, in animals, tsunamis, tornadoes, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane the power that nature has. And so if I can kind of take a little bit of that essence and bring it in on fight night, then fuels me.
That was not the start we were
Yeah,
thinking.
no.
Wow, that was phenomenal.
That's beautiful though.
Yeah,
in a
that's awesome.
sense. So what's
thank
the mat significance? Like, why do you lie down on the mat? Is that just like to feel like grounded or something like
Yeah,
that?
so it's so funny because there's this like PMF mat, or I don't even know, I think that's called what it's called. But it's like, yeah, that's mat with like different crystals in it.
Okay.
And I don't know what, initially I think this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
You're telling me I'm gonna go lay on this mat and then I'm gonna feel feel better after? Not a fucking chance.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. But then I started going to this place as like a physio place, and then the guy's like, yeah, if you want to lay on it, and it just kind of like when you're doing the recovery boots, if you want to do this in addition, all that. And then so I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'll give it a go. And then afterwards I'm like, actually, you know, like I don't feel significantly different, but I feel like a little bit better. And then so I started to kind of like, whenever it was available, then I would do it. And then I was like, fuck, this might be legit a little bit. And then so it was like on sale. The PMF mat to have it at your home was like on sale, and being a UFC fighter, you get kind of perks. And so I like messaged them like, hey, because it was like kind of expensive even with the sale. And I'm like, you want to hook up any UFC fighter? So it gave me an extra like 10% off or whatever. So, you know, a little bit helps. Yeah. And then so I ended up getting the mat for at home. And so then I would use it consistently. And I really noticed the difference. I always wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's sometimes hard for me to fall back asleep, but I don't want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning a lot of the time. So then in camp, especially what was happening, I would wake up and I would be like, oh, it's a couple hours before practice. So I'm like, I'm going to go lay on the mat for a little bit, just bring my blanket in and lay there. And a lot of the time I would fall back asleep. And not always, but sometimes I would just lay there for like 10 minutes and then kind of like get up and do my day or whatever. But there were times when I would end up falling back asleep, and then it would be like an hour and a half later, my alarm would go off, and I would wake up and I would be like, holy, sorry, that 1.5 or 2 hours that I had on that mat, I feel better than the 6 hours that I had prior in my bed. But I'm like, is that just because it's like the last 2 hours, so it's kind of topping me up? Right. So I don't know, maybe it is bullshit, but if it's what I believe, then it's not.
It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks.
Exactly. And if it's true for me, it's true for me. And it helps me. I enjoy it, and I think it's legit.
That's crazy. That's on the floor, like
literally, I'll send you a picture of it
and
when I get home. You
just fall asleep. And you just
and I'll just like lay on it every once in a while. Sometimes I feel like if I'm having a lot of my thoughts, if I can't keep my thoughts in line, they're all over the place. Then sometimes I'll like go in the afternoon, I'll just like lay on it for 10 minutes, and it feels like it kind of just like zens me out a little bit.
I feel like I need one of those fucking things.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Like just after like a crazy day, just fucking just zen out. Like shut off your brain.
And even Mikey's, I've got Mikey on it now. Mikey even brought it to fight week. Even after I cut weight, I brought it, where was it? In Montreal, because I could drive, so I didn't have to fly with it, which it sucks to fly with because it's quite large and heavy. So Montreal, we were able to drive. So I brought it with me. And after I cut weight, I was like, you know, you kind of feel shitty and all that kind of stuff afterwards. And then in the afternoon, I went and I laid on it. I was like, I feel better than when every other previous cut when I have never used it. So there's like some type of legitimacy to it for me. Yeah.
I'd be interested to try that.
100%. You gotta try it.
I heard that like an actual study that like you actually do get better sleep. Like there are people out there that just sleep on the floor. They don't sleep in a mattress because like humans back then never had a mattress. Your body isn't supposed to be in like I forget the exact term, but it's like when you're lying down on the floor, your whole body is stable on the ground, as opposed to the bed. You lie down, you fall into it, and like only your head is getting support. So there actually is some science behind it. I don't know the full breakdown of it, but I have seen and heard some stuff about that with the advantages of lying down on the mat where all muscles and stuff are engaged. Your actual shoulder blades, rear delts, are actually in, and I don't know the exact term for it, but yeah, you're not really far off with that. That could be some of the stuff behind it.
That definitely could be.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard is like sleeping on like a harder surface, like the ground or whatever, is that your body when laying there, your bones take the load as opposed to your muscles. Whereas in the bed, your muscles take the load, so they're never recovering.
Right.
And then so it's like that compounds.
That kind of makes sense.
Right? Yeah. And think about how you sleep in bed. You're like this.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
You're all in these weird fucky positions. Whereas when you're laying on the ground, really the only comfortable position is on your back.
Yeah.
So...
Fuck, something to think about. I definitely won't sleep on the floor, but I'm
I know.
I'm definitely interested in trying that mat though. Yeah, that's interesting.
So you brought up actually previously like the weight cuts are hard and stuff like that. I'm curious to know like your opinion on it, because I know for women in general, it is a lot harder to cut weight just due to the fact they hold a higher body fat percentage and stuff like that. Do you feel like it's harder and a tougher weight to cut weight and stuff like that as opposed to like the male fighters in the UFC?
Yeah, like men can cut weight more than women. There's not a chance. A guy can cut 10 pounds of water, not no problem, but almost no problem.
Exactly.
Whereas a chick, not a fucking chance that they're gonna be able to do that no problem. I mean, of course some can do it, but it's not gonna be a no problem kind of thing. They're gonna be suffering. I think in general, chicks don't have, they're smaller, so the percentage of how much they're losing, 10 pounds off of my body is a bigger percentage than 10 pounds off of a 200-pound man, even 150-pound man.
Yeah.
Right? It's still a different percentage. And men's bodies, they're made for war and for trauma and for all that kind of stuff. What our women's bodies are made for? Nurturing and having a baby and that kind of stuff. So it's not natural, the process that you would go through. I mean, it's not natural for men either, but it's the makeup of a male's body versus a female's body, I think are different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right?
So like cutting, like, let's just say, for example, let's say 5 pounds for you is it almost equivalent to like what, like 15, 20 pounds for a guy? Like in terms
not
of like,
that much, but probably I would say like it wouldn't. I don't think it would be like doubled.
Okay.
But
it's
say
more difficult.
5 pounds for me would be 9 pounds for Mike.
I got
maybe. You know, a bigger man.
Yeah.
That's what I would kind of guess, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm just picking your brain.
I like talking shit. Oh, guys can cut so much more away.
Yeah, we don't know either. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So the process for cutting, is it the same process as it would be for a guy, or is there more variables involved in terms of like how you're feeling and
Like diet, you mean?
not diet, but I know it like the recovery process could be harder. Like how much weight do you usually cut for a fight?
So it'll be like I'll be like 140 pounds, go maybe 138 going into fight week, or like 2 days before fight week, and then you'll do like manipulation of carbs and salt, and then that will drop a bunch of weight, or it will drop a couple pounds, and then the rest, I think I do like 6 pounds of water or something like that. Ideally 4 pounds, but like last one was 6. Like what, it's part of it, but I do the same process as Mike does and as the other guys do, like the bath and this the suit and sweats and all that kind of stuff.
UFC gives you like all the shakes and stuff like right after weigh-in and stuff like
yeah.
No, I can't remember who was telling us that. GSP was saying that. I think GSP was telling us that they have like to replenish your body right after, because obviously they don't want fighters fighting
depleted.
Especially like getting hit in the head. If your brain's not hydrated, it's a completely different story, right?
Yeah,
that's where weight cutting can get dangerous.
And it's so hard, because then you say, oh, we have to not weight cut, and then you make all these rules about hydration and all that, but weight cutting, it will always be part of the sport. And I personally think weight cutting is an important part of the sport, and I think it's a good part of the sport, because I think it weeds out a lot of weak people. Because weight cutting fucking sucks, and it weeds out anyone who's not disciplined and doesn't want to do it the right way. If they want to leave it until last minute and maybe not make weight and then not replenish, not whatever it may be. It's important, because now for the month leading up to the fight, everything that I'm putting into my mouth, I'm thinking about, okay, is this going to make me better or worse on fight night? So it's like that compounds, and those decisions compound. So I think, yes, weight cut is an important part of the sport in order to keep fighters disciplined.
That's true. That's a different way to look at it, right? Because it's a whole different aspect. Like, yeah, you got to be sharp in all aspects of MMA, and then now throw in like you got to make weight, and everything you do leading up to the fight, like you said, like every bite of food is either it's gonna help you on fight night or not, right? So it adds a whole. You're right. It's a whole different level of discipline and whole like different side of the game. Like it's like you don't even think like that. Like guys sitting on a couch, like when we're watching, we fucking are like, dude, just fucking hurry up, take him down or swing at her, or like whatever it is. But it's like, no, hold up. Like there's way more pieces involved with it.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that.
I also think it like locks you in. So if people didn't have to do these weight cuts, I don't think it would be like that switch would go off. Because agree. That weight cut time, it's like, okay, we're 1 month out. You're dieting. When you're dieting, you lock in. Like that's a time where it's like, okay, it's getting more and more. Like, weight's coming down, carbs are getting less, and now it's like that time where it's that switch in your head. Like, this shit's it's time. So I also think, in a sense, it's a good switch mode where people kind of switch into that. It's my fight's coming up. Dieting is like a lock in. You got to lock in on your diet. That's the hardest part, right? Yeah. Locking in on that. And then when you lock in on that, I think all the other things kind of come into place. And I think that's a good switch, I think. And I don't know if that's accurate. But.
No, I 100% agree. And I think that fasting there's a bit of like a spiritual aspect to it, especially going into a fight. And have you fasted before?
I did a 3-day fast.
Yeah, so you can understand what goes into fasting and like the games that your mind plays, and I don't know, it's there is some type of like spiritual feeling within fasting. Am I right?
No, you're right. It's tough. Like there's a lot of things that your brain goes through, and like you think like you need this much food or you need to eat, and it's like, well, hold on, I haven't eaten. Like this is the longest period in my entire life that I've been living where I haven't eaten. And it's like there's so much involved with it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and having control over your body and control over your choices and all of that. There's so much that you can like learn from fasting. And it's so interesting because I think people should try fasting every once in a while. I don't really like believe in fast. I do and I don't, right? Yeah. Because I see people and they do these crazy fasts that I think this is unhealthy But then there are aspects of fasting that I think are very important and very healthy. And I think in terms of like getting ready for a fight and like the last little bit right before the fight, it's like I'm not able to eat and drink and all of that. And there is like almost a surrender that you have to do to get to the next level, to the next stage of it, and fasting is part of that process.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. There's a lot of like health benefits I've heard when I think you hit that 48-hour mark. Like it, resets your gut health,
immune system,
IGHF1, which is like your growth hormone factor in your body, helps produce more natural growth hormone. And there's like these things where it's like, what you were saying is like, you feel like you need to eat when you're like, let's say it's like, fuck, I haven't eaten. Last time I ate was breakfast, and it's like 5 p.m. and it's only been like 6 hours, but you're starving.
Yeah.
But then you realize, okay, I'm gonna do this 3-day fast, and you get to like the 48-hour mark, and you're like, I haven't eaten in 2 days.
And I was complaining about a couple hours.
Exactly. And you're complaining about, so what
Yeah.
really changed? And I think it's your mindset.
That's
right?
exactly
And then
it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucked. The two biggest things that I got out of the 3-day fast, and I'll be super honest with you. Number one, I used to get hangry. So when I used to get hungry, I would just get fucked. Anyone could piss me off so fast. And then I realized after that 3-day fast that like,
hey, I did 2 days.
I'm okay.
Like, exactly. I'm okay.
Now, and I don't get like hangry like that. Like, okay, I might be a little bit easier to get annoyed, but nowhere near to what I was.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for me about the 3-day fast is that I wasn't, what's that gluten thing called? Celiac. Celiac. I didn't have celiac, but for some reason, I just, at one point in my life, I couldn't digest gluten, anything. And like, I live in an Italian household, and
I can't
carbs
imagine.
and gluten is like, I see it
Part
every
of
day.
it.
His mom used to have to make like another set of pasta for him.
Yeah, because like gluten free, and I
It's crazy.
could not eat gluten. I did all the tests in the world, and every single doctor was just like, "You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not."
Yeah.
Right? I did this fast. I eat gluten like normal every single day now.
Really?
My body digests it like 100% normal.
Interesting.
I swear to God. It was life changing because it was hard on me because obviously
From an Italian family.
and
you,
like,
you almost
gluten's
get
in
kicked out of the
everything.
family.
literally.
You should have heard my grandmother when she heard about it. She's it's like I told her I had a disease, and she was like getting emotional. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah. You deny their pasta, they treat it like this guy's got brain cancer.
Seriously.
It's crazy.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Jazz, I have to ask you something that it's I kind of realized it, but you have no nickname in the UFC. Everyone kind of has like a proper mic. You have like the Notorious or whatever it is. You
The fisherman, Cody
the
Cavalli.
best fisherman.
So that was,
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname that you want to introduce, or you just no nickname style, or?
I think that a nickname is something that people give. You don't get to choose your own nickname, I think. So that's why I never made one. But because my last name gets mispronounced so much, and they say Jasudavicius, and like the last part of my name does look like it says vicious.
Vicious, yeah.
And so I kind of just go with that. It kind of fits.
Jazz
Vicious,
the Vicious,
like,
Jazz the Vicious.
like so
That's not bad.
vicious, like people kind of like say, and then I'm like, vicious, that's kind of cool, and I think about say when I'm done fighting, what am I gonna do? I don't know. We'll see. Some opportunity will open up. But if I ever need kind of like a little bit of like a logo for myself, then I'm like, vicious is like a nice it's a nice word. It's like I would write it without the O, so it's like my last name, Vicius, vicious.
That's smart.
Do you know what I mean? And it's cute, but it's still a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Literally Jasmine right there. Yeah. Now we're on this topic. I want to pick your brain because I'm gonna fanboy a little bit right now. But when I see you in fight week, and I've seen your nature walks that you do before, you post on your story, and there's one thing that you post on your story, and it's you ask the fans what should you walk out to?
Yes.
So you don't have a walkout song that's like your thing.
No.
That's kind of cool.
So when I was in my amateur career, I always chose the same song. I always walked out to the same song. And then it got to the point where it was like, it's cool, obviously, walking out to the same song. But I was like, I hear all these other songs, like, oh, that would be hype as hell. That would be cool. That would be good for this venue. That would be good for this group of people. So now what I do is, how I choose my song is I bring everyone to be involved with it for me, because what's the point of this walkout? To get hype as fuck, and what gets me hype? The crowd gets me hype. So now I choose a song what I think will hype the crowd up. And
That's a sick strategy that I think no one else has ever thought of.
And it's so much fun. It's like when I'm like waiting and like the curtain opens up and I start like high-fiving people, like that's what charges me up to get into the octagon and scrap, you know what I mean? So now when I'm choosing a fight song, I put it out to the crowd and I say, hey everyone, send me songs, and then with my team, then we kind of like go through on fight week. That's what's so fun. It's like driving to the airport, and when we're at the airport and like on fight week, we get to like have fun listening to all these songs and like, oh, this would be sick, oh, this would be cool. And so it just like adds another interesting layer to it. And there's so many songs now that I have walked out to, and now I hear it and it brings back those feelings. I'm like, this is sick. And like my coach
That's cool.
He has a playlist of all the fight songs that all of our team has all walked out to, and it's like we'll be warming down or warming up during practice, and you'll hear the song and like that's so and so song. You kind of like look at them, you can see them like kind of like getting more hype. Or, like,
That's sick.
It's so fun.
So do you have a certain day you have to get that song to UFC?
That's the issue. Is it has to be in, I think it's supposed to be by Tuesday, but I usually don't get it until Wednesday. I message them Tuesday, I'm so sorry, please don't be mad. And they're like, we're gonna do your old song if you don't get it in like by blah 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 day kind of thing. I'm so sorry, can I please do blah blah? And then it's like I'll get it in by like Wednesday morning. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna be sure to put our input in on your song.
Yeah,
See what happens.
because I genuinely care, and I do look at all the songs that people put out and everything. Like it's actually like so much fun.
We're just gonna send her the break talk intro.
Yeah.
The break talk. No. We'll come up with something. That's interesting. So no nickname and no like infinite like.
So it's
walkout.
always a mystery. So it's like cool because like, what is she gonna walk out to this time?
Yeah.
What are the fans
Like,
feeling?
what is the vibe?
Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
vibe for this venue? That's a cool theory.
You should just start asking like the girl you're fighting's like her most hated song and just walk out to that.
Yeah, what song she hates the
Just
most?
Whatever it is, just fucking walk out to that. Just be like, what song do you hate the most? What bothers you? And
I just hope that they hate the song after.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
There was
That's crazy.
one fight. I was fighting a girl. She was like new into the UFC. So I was supposed to fight this girl that had a name and everything. And it was like, I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. It's going to continue like this trajectory and all of that. And then it was fight week. The girl pulled out, and then I got a debuter. So literally know nothing about this girl or anything like that. So then I was like, oh, what is this walkout song gonna be? And then so I chose Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's good.
And so now whenever I hear that song, I like giggle to myself a little bit.
So every fight has its own like memory with that song.
Exactly.
That's very different. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
it's definitely
that.
different. The Break Talk podcast is brought to you by Skilled Trades College. Looking to get involved with the trades but don't know where to start? Where can you find all the info, Loretto?
Head over to skilltradescollege.ca and get the skills to pay the bills.
Okay, so Jazz, we're gonna do our first segment. Okay, we call this break time. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna build your version of the greatest athlete to ever walk this planet.
Oh,
okay.
no.
So I'm gonna give you 4 categories.
Yes.
And you pick an athlete for each one. It could be from any sport in any time ever.
Okay.
But you
okay.
can't repeat
The same person.
The same person.
Okay.
So the first, I'll list you all 4 categories so you can kind of map it out. Okay. So it's mindset, athleticism, clutch factor, and trash talk.
Oh, okay.
So we'll start with mindset. So any athlete, anytime, greatest mindset.
This also could be any sport.
Yeah.
It could also
yeah.
be yourself in any
It
of these
also could be
categories.
yourself.
Definitely not.
Mike chose himself for mindset, which is yeah.
I feel like the first person that came to mind for mindset was GSP, and it's mainly because of his like ability to kind of like shift and like it kind of like after a loss overcoming it and all that kind of stuff that I have so much respect what his mindset is on training and preparation, and he gets very nervous for the fights, and he's very open about that, and like so I like his mindset in like that regard, but also mindset like someone like Mike Tyson that when he's nervous and all that kind of stuff, but it's like once he goes in there then he's like a animal, like he's like, oh, your baby's bitchy.
Yeah.
I love that you said that, because that is one that I always thought about that no one said.
Yeah, no one said that.
Yeah,
no
Mike
one said
Tyson's
that.
mindset is unmatched.
It's unreal, like
Yeah.
within competition. I mean, that being said, Custom Auto is one of my like I've read all like his books, and I try to understand Cuss's mindset in order to make Mike Tyson the way he is, and because they did the hypnosis and that kind of stuff. But Mike talks about how he's like, yeah, Cuss turned on my craziness with the hypnosis, but he never turned it off.
You got it going.
He didn't have an off switch.
Yeah. So it's like, what is the most important with mindset? Is it the actual in competition or the leading up and after, and kind of the mindset as being a complete person, a happy person, or like what is the answer? I don't know.
So GSP or Mike?
Yeah.
Or
Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Mike Tyson
I'll say-
mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson? Okay. Athleticism.
I mean, like John Jones would probably be like just a natural athlete, big for the weight class, uses the right weapons at the right length. He has great, like, okay, his wrestling solid, his striking solid, is everything. He's, if you're thinking of an athlete, he's an athlete.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's a great pick. Okay. Clutch factor. Most clutch athlete. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
A lot of people think about this one.
Because I don't know if, like, I think it's not a fighter. I don't.
Well,
I
you
think,
can. Let's just say you're down 4 rounds, down 2 rounds, and then like, bang! You like they always go out there and find a way.
Yeah.
It could be a fighter. It doesn't have to be a fighter.
But I think it would be more like Michael Jordan. I think would be more of like a clutch athlete, because when the stakes are high and shit's on, and he's got to hold the team. It's not just about him but he's got to hold the team. I think Michael Jordan would be my like clutch athlete.
This is shaping up to be pretty.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm not even joking. So far, you might have the best.
This is
skill.
out
of everyone who's done this,
these are all different.
You might have the best one so far.
The last one is.
You might fuck it up down the line, but as of right now,
the pressure's on. The last one's trash talk, Jazz.
I mean, probably Conor
Yeah.
McGregor, right? Like,
All right, that's a crazy athlete.
Who's a better trash talker than
no
Conor?
one. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
like,
we were already talking about it
Yeah.
earlier. Like that guy.
We were talking about it earlier. I was thinking for sure she's gonna
I
say
mean, Mike
Conor.
Tyson might be pretty good.
Mike
at
Tyson's
trash
up there, too.
talking.
Yeah, he is up there.
Mike
is up
Tyson's
there.
trash
He said
talk
some
though is
crazy-
just scary. It's like
Yeah,
Terrifying.
I
he's
want to
fucked.
change his face. I want to like his trash talk is like is like scary.
Yeah,
It's,
whereas Connor's is entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's times he's a little bit over
Yeah,
the top,
yeah,
but whatever. But yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a trash talk.
Okay, so we got the mindset of Iron Mike Tyson, athleticism of John Jones, clutch factor of Michael Jordan, and the trash talk of Conor McGregor.
That's a solid
That's
athlete.
a crazy athlete. That was a good job, Jazz.
All right,
that was
Jazz,
good.
you've impressed me there, but
Thank you.
it's time to impress me a little bit
Okay.
more. So for this segment, it is time to build your parlay. Do you know what a parlay is?
Yes,
So,
kind of.
Okay, so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5 hot takes, and you have to give me 3 of them that you believe are the most true, that you ride with, that are the most you believe
I
in the
believe
most.
in.
Exactly. Okay. So it's time for you to pick 3. I will list all of them, and then you'll go from there, okay?
Yeah.
So the women's flyweight is the toughest women's division in the UFC. Kayla Harrison will defeat Amanda Nunes. Social media popularity matters too much for rankings and opportunities in the UFC. Trash talk backfires more than it helps. There aren't enough women weight cuts, and it forces unhealthy cuts.
So,
I can repeat them.
yeah, repeat
Okay.
them again.
So the women's flyweight is the toughest women's division in the UFC.
So that's definite. I think that is
Yeah, it's
definitely
a very competitive division.
It's competitive. Okay, what do we have? 35, 15. 15 is kind of competitive, but I actually think if they made a 105 for women, that would be a very competitive weight class. Because how many chicks are more than 135 pounds? Not that many. How
Everyone's-
many chicks are around 100 pounds? A fuckload. Think about all the Asian countries.
Yeah.
There's way more smaller
I agree.
females around than there are bigger females. So I think that would be a sick. I think the UFC should put that in, but 125, 100%, the deepest weight class.
That's
for the
crazy you
women's
say that, because
division.
literally when we talked to Mike, like Mike being in welterweight, he was saying like it's obviously the toughest division right now in the UFC. Welterweight's fucking insane, and you're
Welterweight's
both
crazy.
fighting. That's
Yeah, I
arguably,
do believe it's the toughest women's division as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's a good. Both of you are fighting in the toughest division. That's
I
crazy.
know. We've actually talked about that at the gym before. I was like, holy shit, can we be a different way?
All right, so right now you've got 1. I need
Yeah.
2 more from you, so I'll list them off again. So Kayla Harrison will defeat Amanda Nunes. Social media popularity matters too much for rankings and opportunities.
So that's
I
my
know we
second
talked about
one.
that earlier.
Yeah, I 100%
Yeah.
think that. Okay, look at fucking Macy Barber, for example. Just speaking in my weight
Yeah,
class, who has she beat? Who has she fought?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is she up in the rankings?
Yeah.
Because she does a good job with staying relevant
Mm-hmm.
and doing good with sponsorships and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, she's good. She's been in the sport for a long time, but like, why is she ranked that high? There was a time where it's like me and her were flip-flopping back and forth. Look at who I fought versus who she's fought. Who
Yeah.
the fuck has she fought
Yeah.
in the top 10, in the
ranked.
top
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
That's some bullshit,
Yeah.
you know?
I like
That's
this.
me how I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're giving
no,
us
this
some
is
juice.
good.
That's good. I like it.
Lay
I like
into it.
You know, but so
Same
Fuck
things.
her.
Same things with men's division too. It's the same shit. Like
Patty
yeah.
Yeah.
getting,
Who the fuck is he
getting
for?
that
Yeah, that's
opportunity.
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's deserving guys that are fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Okay.
this shows me I got to talk more, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to bring out that Conor McGregor in there.
Yeah. So we're at 2 so far.
Yeah.
So we got trash talk backfires more than it helps, and there aren't enough weight cuts, and it forces unhealthy cuts in the
And
women's division.
Amanda Nunes won.
So,
I feel like she's not touched on the Amanda Nunes one, because I feel like you're backing Amanda Nunes on that fight there.
well, actually, I think that would be my third one, only because the other two, I believe less. Like, okay, so the weight cut one, I kind of think weight cutting is important. I think it's good. I think women in general, or chicks in general, are kind of lazy with weight cut, and they're like, oh, we don't want to cut. Like they're a little bit fucking bitches about it, right?
Yeah.
There's some girls that are like the real ones, and they're big they say big for the weight class. No, they're regular size for the weight class.
Yeah.
It's just some people don't want to cut. They would rather be happy eating than understanding I'm only going to eat what I need to nourish my body and not have the rest.
Yeah, that goes back to what you were saying about the discipline, right? It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't believe in that one, okay?
So I don't believe in that one. And then what was the fourth again?
Trash talk backfires more than it helps.
I disagree with that one too, because I think it builds fights. I think it's good. I mean, maybe it backfires if the person loses, but we were just talking about Conor McGregor. Look at how his trash talking, how much it sold the fights, how sick it was. Like Mikey's last opponent talking so much shit, and then
backfired.
It did.
It did, but
it did
backfire.
backfire.
It built it up.
But did it backfire? The guy is more popular now. He got a great matchup his last fight. Like, did it backfire? Okay, maybe for his ego, because people talk shit on the internet. Oh, you're trash, but who the fuck do you think he's listening to this fucking guy that's sitting there, the armchair quarterback guy?
Yeah.
No, right?
The armchair quarterback guy, that's crazy. Yeah. I feel like I'm an armchair quarterback guy.
The guy in the basement.
So, I don't think it like backfires.
Okay, so then you're left
so
with
then I have to go with
Kayla Harrison.
Amanda Nunes, and I am very fortunate to be able to have trained with Kayla Harrison, and she is a beast. She's a great.
Listen, I'm not for calling people out, but drug test that woman. That woman's massive, massively jacked.
She's deezed as fuck.
Yes.
But she's not huge. She's not like a big chick.
Really?
She
looks jacked.
She's muscular, very toned.
Yeah.
But her stature, she's not that much like bigger than me. Imagine me,
really?
She's maybe this much taller than me
and
more filled out and muscular. Like, she's probably the most tested athlete in the UFC because prior to fighting in the UFC, she was competing in judo in the Olympics.
Yeah.
They test.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. I'm sorry, Kayla.
And in North America, the testing is like legitimately and all that. It's not some bullshit. You know what I mean? So she's tested as fuck. Like, I don't think she's pissing hot at all. I bet you. I think she lives a lifestyle that she's able to. She has a clean diet. She lives a very martial arts lifestyle. Like, she comes to the gym, she works hard, goes home, eats. She has children that she's taking care of. Like, she's an amazing role model.
She's a genetic freak, though.
Oh my goodness.
That's
an athlete. Hey, we want to talk about athletes.
Yeah, she's insane.
Seriously. But that's hard work. That's years of hard work.
Yeah, that just didn't come out of nowhere.
That's exactly it.
Like, her fame and her come up, like, it was fast, but that was a long way coming, right? People don't see that
People
that long
think
road.
it's fast. It's like, okay, she's like a plant, and think about underneath the soil, there's a seed and it's growing and it has these roots and everything like that. And then she's coming, watering every single day for years and years and years, watering and it's growing, watering and it's growing, watering and it's growing. Finally, 20 years later, it's a little spell. Oh wow, she's in the Olympics and everything. Now
everyone's seeing
it's
it.
This huge tree that all these fruit is coming off of. But what was that from? Her watering. Water. It was years in the make. So it looks quick for us because we didn't see the years prior, the Olympics, what it took. I have Hannah Taylor, a teammate of mine. She went to the Olympics for wrestling just this past season. I saw what she had to do leading up for years and years and years. I see what it takes to be an Olympic athlete, in a hard sport, judo, Hannah in wrestling, and it's unbelievable what these people come to. In the Olympics is every 4 years.
Yeah, that's
how
the
fucked
crazy.
is that?
Yeah, that's fucked.
You have a bad day.
Yeah, 4 years is gone.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Right?
It's fucked.
So for Kayla to be able to do that, right, multiple times and everything.
Now I'm rooting for her. Now
me
I want her,
too.
Yeah, now I want her to be Nunes.
Yeah, me too. And Nunes is the GOAT. And
You think so?
This takes nothing away from Nunes because Nunes did so much in the sport. But I think Kayla's like the new breed coming up. She's an animal, and she's truly like a martial artist.
So you think Nunes should have just stayed at home and not come back and ruin her legacy? Because GSP talks about that all the time, about leaving when you're on top and don't come back if you leave on a high and you walk, right? It's kind of like going to the casino, take your money and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's the thing with like Nunes. It's like, I'm not saying she's gonna lose or anything, but it's like, why risk it's the same thing with Jones and Aspinall. If I was Jones, why would I? I've already I'm not knocking Tom. Tom, he's a amazing fighter in the heavyweight, but it's like Jones has the resume. He has the belts. He has
He's done it all.
He's done it all. Why would he risk it?
Exactly. He has nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove.
The only thing that like people would argue is just like it's almost like handing off the torch. But what's it worth handing off the torch?
No, it's not even worth it.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
Keep the torch.
Yeah,
Let it
exactly.
fucking sit on your wall and burn out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Who cares?
That's exactly.
That's what he'll be remembered as, right?
That's exactly it. And say he does that fight, then anytime the conversation comes up, John, the greatest of all time, blah, blah. But there was that one fight when he came back. Yeah. Look at how people talk about Michael Jordan playing baseball and shit. You know what I mean? Like, people talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to talk shit than to give flowers, though.
That's
the thing.
It's so easy, man.
Everyone likes to just sit back and, that's kind of what we do. We sit back. We don't try to talk shit. We try to just stir the pot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So... that'll be
an interesting fight though. That's gonna be that card is insane.
It's not the UFC cards that are like coming out are nuts. Remember the card was like 2 weeks ago or something?
Which one?
Was
Merab?
Merab's card.
Oh, Merab's card was
holy.
fucked. Merab's card was
not
fucked.
Nuts?
Yeah, that was insane. And that just the Merab fight to end it off was just like, holy fuck. Yeah, no, the UFC's been on fire, and now that's the first Paramount card, at least for the States, because Canada's still.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think Dana loaded up the first one for Paramount to kind of.
push it. Yeah.
Big contract, like, hey, welcome. This is what we're capable of.
We're about.
Their numbers are gonna be fucking through the roof on that. Yeah.
And it's like the UFC is only going it's uphill. And
it's crazy.
It
feels like it's going up like this.
Yeah.
It's not even like this is the slope. It's like crazy, right?
Is there anyone you I know you haven't had much word about who your next opponent is, but is there anyone you would like to fight, or is it just whoever they give you, you're ready?
Whoever they give me, I'm ready for. I'm training. I'm prepared for. Any of the girls that are within range of me. That being said, I would obviously love to fight somebody kind of ranked higher than me. I know coming off of a loss, maybe there's a chance that I don't, but I know that Grasso's not booked, so I would absolutely love to get that fight. And I think it makes sense. I think it would be a good fight for the fans. I think it would be a good fight for both of us. Like, I think it makes sense for the UFC to make that one.
I'd love to see that. You and Grasso, I feel like that'd be an amazing fight.
Yeah.
Debatably, I know we talked a little bit earlier, but debatably, the winner of that, obviously now that you got this rock, it's gonna be you walking out, with the dub. But that could be the next title shot, depending on what happens with Shevchenko. Who knows? I don't know. Her trajectory is a little bit weird. I know we briefly talked about it, but that division, like we said, is so wide open.
It's so wide open.
It's just it could be one fight away, and then bang, you get your title shot, and then. we could actually touch a real belt.
Yeah.
exactly.
We're tired of this
Yeah.
one.
We want a new one. We
Yeah.
told Mike too. We're like,
Yeah,
come on,
we're
Mike,
like-
fucking hurry up, man. Like,
Yeah,
let's go.
And then we told
Seriously.
Mike we're going to trade him this one. He gives us his.
So when you win, we'll trade you. We got another one. We'll get another one. We'll trade you. We'll trade
Perfect.
you. Yeah.
Sounds about fair, right?
yeah, totally fucking fair.
Yeah. So does Rose Namajunas have a fight booked?
Yeah, so she's fighting
Silva.
Natalia Silva now.
Okay.
Because she was supposed to fight Grasso, and then Grasso must have got injured. Grasso pulled out. So hopefully it's just a little injury, and then I can fight her
Yeah.
soon.
You think you and Mike will fight on the same card again?
I hope so. I really enjoy being able to like be in camp with Mike and go to fight week with him. We got like a bunch of the same coaches, and so it is so nice to be able to do it with him. But I mean, if we have to do it apart, we'll support each other in that way.
Right. And debatably, maybe even you might have a new person joining that, right? Cody
Yeah.
Kovanchek, maybe he joins you on that card, and
Oh,
that
that-
would be all three of you on it. That'd be insane.
That's what I think. Okay, so this is what I'm
is what you're putting in the world.
imagining.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm putting out there is Toronto card, me, Mike, and Cody all on the same, me fighting Shevchenko for the title.
And STC's on the fucking map.
Of course.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see you guys fight again. Like, oh my God. I'm like
Yeah.
itching. Like we were talking about, it's just like, it's so different watching like someone like on a personal level, like in
Yeah.
that octagon. It's like, obviously, we don't feel the adrenaline you feel, but I almost
But
feel
you're part
like
of it.
I have that adrenaline. I'm
Yeah.
just like, fucking like, in my Vancouver when we watched it, okay, you lost, but it was, a learning moment.
Yeah.
I felt upset, and I was like,
Exactly.
like I was like, fuck, like I not only did I feel for you, but I was like, I obviously
Yeah.
Yeah.
celebrate and stuff, but you know what doesn't kill you is gonna make you stronger, and you're gonna bounce back. Everyone needs that.
Exactly.
Everyone needs that learning moment, right? And
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
We'll see what the blessing is. They'll give me this blessing already. But
Yeah, I know, I
but
know.
that-
I know.
exactly.
That's a blessing, right?
Yeah.
That's the lesson maybe you needed.
That's what I believe.
Everything
That's-
happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
I'm a big believer in that.
Me
So
too.
as unfortunate as it was, there's a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you guys go about, so when you guys do lose, like how is because obviously going into the fight, everything's very positive and it's good vibes. You're surrounded by your team.
We don't talk about losing.
No, I'm not saying, listen, this will be the last time we ever talk about losing. I'm more curious in like, what is obviously it's, it's a tough sleep at night, but when you get back, is it like film watching right away and the coaches are like, okay, this is what happened and let's kind of prepare you for that? Or is it like a step of like, you knew that fighter had that specific style and it was an error on your end? Or is it like a film study thing, or is it like how is the preparation different as opposed to winning and something like that? Or is it the same process?
You gotta digest it.
All things, yes. Because so after a win versus a loss, you go back and you watch the tape and you figure out what are the pros that I did in this fight, what are the cons that I did in this fight, and you kind of like break it down structurally, and like that's what you work on, no matter if it's a win or a loss. The only thing that's really different between a win and a loss is like kind of how you feel after it.
Okay.
Because no matter what, your coaches still love you, your family still loves
Absolutely.
you, all your supporters still, like it, none of that kind of stuff changes. No, you are not the outcome of the sport. So it's like me as a person, like that kind of, it doesn't matter. That being said, you're crushed. The athlete is crushed.
Yeah, the athlete in you.
And so it completely depends. Sometimes the athlete is ready right away to get back to the drawing board and correct the mistakes and all that. Sometimes it takes a little bit for example, speaking personally, after the last one, normally by Wednesday, or I will never take more than a week off after a fight. I'll be back in the gym right away. After this last fight, I was like, fuck martial arts. I don't want to think about this for a little while. And I ended up taking 2 weeks out of the gym completely to almost fall back in love with the sport again, because there was a point after the last, fuck this sport, man. Fuck martial arts. Fuck this thing.
You need a reset button.
Bitter about it. Like, I
That's
hate
okay
it.
though to have that, right? Because you step away from it, and
you find the love again.
You find that love, but it's also like, it's almost like a mental reset. It's like sometimes you honestly, like, especially like and this is anything. It's not just MMA. Like sometimes, you work like crazy. Like whether it's a 9-to-5 job, whether you're on a construction site, like sometimes you just need a little time away to just recharge, to just do the things you love. That's not your profession. Like, you love MMA, but there's other things in life that you probably love and enjoy doing that you don't give that time to it.
Exactly.
And it's good. It's healthy. It's good to step away and reset and again find that love for it, and you'll bounce back. I know you will.
I know. It's like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
You're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna be just fine.
I think of it like, okay, so when you're like at the beach and it's like the water and the sand and you're walking through and it's all murky and you can't see the bottom of it, even though it's only this deep. You can't see the bottom of it. And so there's times in life that you have to stand still and let everything settle, so then you can actually see things more clearly. And I think of that actual visual thing of like all the sand settling and into the proper place that it needs to settle, and then it's like a reset.
There you go.
Interesting.
That's a
good way to put it.
That's a great way. Yeah.
That's
I like that.
The reason why, I hate to try to bring up that moment, but the reason why is because it's also just like great information for people who may be dealing with a failure in
whatever
exactly.
It could
so it's
be.
like, how would a professional who does this, who trains every day, you probably have a mindset coach too, and somewhat maybe it's just
my bro science.
Yeah. But
right.
it's a cool way for like even myself, like how would you go about it? And then how can anyone or myself apply these in my life or something like that? Because people may fail, but may not be on camera or on TV, but everyone goes through failures.
Everyone fails.
Right? So,
yeah,
I think it's a cool way to kind of pick your brain and share it to the world for how they would go about it.
Of course. I mean, if they could take a tip or trick to help them, get through a troubling time. There's times that I've been going through struggles, and a piece of advice that a friend of mine said, what is the next best thing that you can do? When you're like, it's just, you don't want to do anything at all. It takes so much energy or whatever it is. You've gotten beaten down to your bottom. And then it's like, okay, what is the next best thing I can do? Maybe it's shower, so then I can go to finally get the courage to go out, to do this, you know what I mean? What's the next best thing? Okay, I'm gonna shower. Then I do that. Okay, what's the next best thing? Put on my shoes and just get out of the house. And what's the next best thing? Go to the gym. Okay, I'm gonna go to what's the next best? Train with, and then it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And this can be in any industry and any challenge. And say you have a relationship, you break up with your boyfriend that you loved forever and everything, and you have that terrible feeling inside and all that. Okay, what's the next best thing? I gotta call my friend and make a lunch. Get out of the house. Stop fucking thinking about this, or whatever it is. What can you do as your next best thing?
I like that. So now we're getting into wisdom. It's cool you say that, Jazz, because it's like you're saying like, oh, one thing at a time, right? One step at a time. And actually, one of the instructors here at Skilled Trades College, he told me a theory. And he's like, back when I was working, my foreman told me this, and it stuck with me forever, because one day I came in and I was stressed out. There were so many things I had to do, and I was like, he could tell I was messed up. And he looks at me and he goes, Loretto, answer this one question. He goes, how do you eat an elephant? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, how the fuck would I eat an elephant? He goes, small piece by small piece. You can't just go and eat an elephant. You have to go piece by piece by piece. And it's not to say that we're eating elephants here, but it's just a theory
the
of
idea.
like little thing by little piece, a little bite, right? And one thing at a time, and then you'll reach your end goal of whatever that is, of like eating the elephant, right? And whatever that is in your life. And it could be fucking anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Chris's brother, he has a like financial company. It's called Experience. It's like an amazing company. And I watched him do a speech for his company before, and he says, I think of business like a big pile of poo, and I have to make my way to the other side, and I have to eat my way through. He's like, I can take little spoons of it because it's disgusting and challenging, or I can accept and I can get that ladle out and I could just take big scoops and get through it. And I laugh because it's disgusting, but it's
sense.
set. So like you can think of it. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, you know what? Now that I just touched on it, I do want to mention like the buzz around the school about, the kids, and between you, Mike, and GSP. Like, how much does it mean to you of having such an impact on these kids, of like, you actually make a difference in this world from a whole different way, away from the MMA, right? Like you're inspiring young and any age people to come to the school for a career change, for a change in their life, and whether it's getting into the trades and then pursuing their MMA career, or just getting into the trades. Like how does that make you feel? Like
honestly, it's like amazing but weird being like that person for these people, because I know me and I'm far from a perfect person, very far from like the person that I think people should be like looking up to type thing. That being said, I do know that I do have that type of like influence on people, so it forces me to always hold myself accountable and be a better person, like for other people, not for me, like, and so I think that it's good. Like overall, I think that is good, but it's truly nerve-wracking for me. Because I'm like, I'm just Jasmine. You know what I mean?
But there was. I remember when you and I were talking when we had the shoot. There was a student that, what was the story that he came up to you, or what was it? I can't remember. You were telling me that they knew you, or
they sent me a picture of the picture that was in the back there, and they said you're there's a picture of you at my school, and like and sent me that picture, but it was only the picture. I didn't know where it was, what it was.
Yeah, because it was a new sign.
And I kind of thought it was bullshit too. Like there was not really like context behind it. This person, I don't think really messaged me before or anything, so I kind of didn't put too much thought into it. Yeah. And then once getting here, and then they showed me, I was, oh my goodness, this is what he was talking about. I'm like, this is so cool. And it's unbelievable to see my picture in a place like this. Like this place is amazing. What the teachers have done here, what your dad has done, like what this place has become, it's unbelievable. Like I saw the graduation, the teachers genuinely care. The fact that they're saying, come back and tell us how you're doing, like stuff like that. It really is a family place, and it's I'm so blessed to be part of your team. So like, I really appreciate you guys like bringing me on and like making me part of the STC crew. And so it's like truly what you guys believe in here with STC. It's like what I believe in as a person, as your characteristics, and like building the right like person, those right characteristics, like the discipline, attention to detail, like what makes you, what makes you a good person, what makes you a good person on the trade. You know, you're not showing up late, you're doing your job, you're not having shitty equipment that doesn't work, you're not cutting out early, like all of the characteristics that takes to make a good tradesperson makes a good athlete. And so I truly like believe the partnership it's so fulfilling and important on both sides.
Absolutely.
Okay, say somebody enjoys fighting but doesn't want to compete, trades jobs are the perfect job for them, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
It's hands-on. It's, you know, you're working. It's physical labor. It's, you know, it's hard work, but it pays well, and it speaks to that person, right? Because not everyone's meant to just sit down.
Not everyone's a nerd with their fucking books, sucks at math like me, you know? Like,
absolutely.
I wouldn't, okay, if there were only like the jobs accountant, like all these nerd jobs, I can't fucking do that. I'd be stuck.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Trust me.
It's like I identify so much more with all these trades guys. I can banter with them. I can't banter like that with office people.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Well, even today, like you were here with the grad, and like, you know, you're shooting shit with everyone, and everyone's taking pictures with you, and just chatting it up, talking just life and sports and MMA and trades. It all goes hand in hand.
It's like the same thing.
It is, and you nailed it when you said it's like that family feel. And you know what? I think that's like one of the main things that we portray here is this, like it is that everyone is like one big giant family, and it's awesome to see the teachers, the students, the ambassadors, everyone that's involved with the school from A to Z. Everyone is just one giant big family and helps one another out in every single way possible.
And I love that. Okay, so for example, at the college, there's electrician, plumbing, HVAC, you know, like all of the different industries, and like martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to put it all together to martial arts. You have to put it all together for a home.
Exactly.
For, you know,
I never thought of it that way.
I was talking to Ralph about it, and like literally it's like, this is martial arts, this is trades. It's the same thing. Yeah. It really is. Like, and putting it all together. Okay, the plumber guy is going to look at the house in this particular way. An HVAC guy is going to look at it in this way. A mechanic, whatever, or electrician is going to look at it in this particular way. But it has to be everyone working together in order for it to become a home or a business or a whatever it is that you're building. Putting it all together, just like in martial arts, putting it all together on fight night. Like,
you just sold me.
Yeah.
You just sold me. You nailed it. You nailed it.
And
that
you have
awesome.
all your different coaches from different areas working together. It's actually literally the same thing. It's
literally the same. Like that's why when I was approached with this like a sponsorship, I was like on top of the world, because it's the same. It's what I believe. It's not like I have to be this fake person to promote skilled trades. Like, it feels like I'm promoting martial arts. It feels like I'm promoting whatever it is that will make people become the best version of themselves. Like, it's like, that's what I love. And I love that everyone like in this building has that same mindset of, we all build together and we're all partners together and we all grow. And it's like, just it's so great.
And that's why you have the impact you do on everyone involved at the school, whether it's a student, a teacher, us, everyone here, is because you understand it to a different level, and it speaks to you in a whole different way, where, like you said, it's not some fake bullshit.
It's not fake. It's genuine.
It's as real as it gets. And there's no corner cutting. There's no bullshit here. It's what you see is what it is.
Exactly.
When you get to the job site, this is what it is.
Yeah.
If you're in the gym and you're training a certain like specific thing in MMA, that's what you're gonna have to do in the octagon. That's what you're gonna have to. It's
you
literally-
half-ass it in school. You half-ass it in the trades job. You have it. You're not gonna get hired again.
It's a big fuck up too.
It's
You could hurt someone. You could flood a house.
Seriously.
It's serious,
Yeah.
right? And if you don't train properly in the MMA, you're gonna get fucking. You're gonna get hurt.
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a completely different perspective. I'm learning so much about you today, Jazz. No, it's been awesome. But honestly, Jazz, thank you so much for joining the show today. I know we've been rambling for a little bit, but we're so happy to have you on. So happy to have you here at Skilled Trades College. You know, we're so grateful for you and everything that you do for everyone here, and we're so excited for what's next for you, and we'll be supporting you through it all.
Oh, thank you so much.
We actually cannot wait till you fight again. And it's like, you know, as he was saying earlier, we were saying to Mike, it is like I said, it is so different when you really know the person. And it's like,
now she's got that rock.
Now, exactly.
That rock, that was crazy. I don't know the
we're going to
odds of
test
that.
the theory. Hopefully the rock kind of brings some sort of magic in there where it helps you and guides you, you know, to the path to the belt right here, you know?
I believe it will.
Yeah, me too. Just because of how crazy that was, I don't know why I got this feeling about that rock.
Hey, like everything happens for a reason,
You're
right?
Absolutely.
You're right. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you for coming on,
Thank
Jazz.
you.
Anyways, Jasmine, thank you so much. Guys, check out Jasmine. Which Instagram handle is
Jasmine Jasudavicius. You just start mashing the keyboard. It'll
smash
come
the
up.
keyboard.
Come up.
It'll pop up. Anyways, Jasmine, thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so much, guys.